welcome back. If this is your first time, I hope you'll stay. Espero que te quedes. So in this video, we are going to be focusing on that section where you have to read aloud in Spanish. Do not worry, it's a piece of cake. Don't worry, honestly, I would tell you if I thought it was going to be very difficult for you. The only thing that you need to do is watch this video and practice. Okay, so what are we looking for? When you're reading, just as you would in English, you're aiming for good diction, clarity, and showing that you're putting a little bit of effort into it. That is it. Okay, so main points I'm going to say, make sure that you know the pronunciation rules for certain letters, hard sounds and soft sounds with letters like C and G. To begin, I'm going to go over the letters that you ought to be aware of. So with your vowels, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, E, U is what it sounds like. Spanish is very phonetic, which means you're always going to say exactly what you see, unlike its English counterpart. It's a little bit of a mess, but we don't have to worry about that. We already know English. So that's one good thing at least. So first things first, before you start reading the text aloud, skim through it. What is it about? Make sure you understand a little bit, because if you understand the context, you will read better. It's common sense, it's logical, isn't it? So skim it and say to yourself, ask yourself this question, what is the text about? Right? Then you begin. Secondly, what words do you already recognize and understand? So you look for words that are exactly the same in English. You will absolutely need to make sure that you are adding the Spanish pronunciation. So if you see a word that says hospital, yes, we say hospital, but there's nothing worse than reading a text with a Spanish accent, then getting to a word that you know, and then pronouncing it exactly the way you would in English. Okay, so you see hospital, you're going to make the effort and say hospital. Okay? If you see the word information, información. So you're making sure that you're making that emphasis to make it sound that much more Spanish. So that is key. Look for the key words you already know that look like English especially, and make sure that you're putting that accent on and you're changing that one letter that is pronounced a little bit differently in Spanish. It could be information or the T-I-O-N words, or the words that just look English. Next, which words do we find difficult to pronounce as English speakers? So the first one is J, jota. So it's a hard H sound. We're going to practice these. Jugar, jugar, jugar. Jesús. Ojalá, It's very guttural, it comes from here. We're going to practice those, okay? The next letter that we need to be aware of is the H. Remember, the H in Spanish is silent, okay? Muda, so we don't say it. Hamster, amster. Whenever there's an H in Spanish, pretend it's not there. It doesn't exist. Okay, so we're not going to be saying ha as we do in English for the H. Just jump right on and pronounce the next letter, which is going to be a vowel. Okay, so if it's an A sound. If it's an I, E sound. Easy peasy. Just remember that. Next letter is the letter R. Well, R and double R. We struggle with the double R and the single R. Even I still do, because we have this complex that we're going to say it wrong, so we over-exaggerate or we don't get it right enough. So the double R, practice your purring sound. And your single R, which is a bit more subtle, which is just the R, it's almost like a D. Pero, 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 pero. No, it's the same as perro. R, r, pero, r. Yes, I've done a video on this. Go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. Practice all day, purr all day. R. Get your cat, put him on your lap, practice purring. R. If it's singular, don't do the R. If it's a singular, imagine it's a D. Put your tongue in the same position. Pero, pero, pero. See the difference? Perro, dog, pero, but. Practice that. Right, moving on to the next tricky letter for us. Double L in English is obviously L. Double L in Spanish makes a sound like a Y. Y. Me llamo. Llave. Llave. Remember that. So don't say L when you see double L, but Y. Next letter that we need to be aware of, and it's soft or hard sound. It's the same in English. We have soft sound for C's and harder sounds. So the soft sound, el sonido suave in Spanish, comes if the C is followed by an I or an E. So if it's followed by an E or an I, so the sound would be, if it's an E, cena. If it's an I, fine. Ciudad, yeah? So the sound is softer. Fi. It's almost a TH. It is a TH sound in Spanish from Spain anyway. Fine, C-I. So for the hard C, it's followed by a O, or a U, such as cama. So it's not thema, it's not thama, it's cama, coche, cuna. See, the sound is harder, so just remember that. If it's a soft sound, it's an E or an I, as in cena or cine, and if it's a hard sound, it's followed by a O or a U. Okay? Cama, come, cuna. Very easy. You're going to ace this, guys. You are absolutely going to smash this. It's going to be amazing. Now, the same thing happens with the G. Soft sounds and hard sound. So the soft sound for G sounds more like a J in Spanish, like the J sound, right? And it's normally followed by an E or an I. Je, right? It sounds like a J, right? So you will hear it in words like general, yeah, general, or gente, or G-I, yeah, girar, and words such as these. Practice, guys, practice. Practice, everyone. That's all it is. So for the hard sound of the G, it's G-A, G-O, G-U. So ga, go, gu. Examples: gata, gato, goma, gusto. Moving on, to make yourself sound a lot more natural when you speak and not so much like a robot, what we're going to do is not sound like we're counting 1, 2, 3. We need to make it flow. So there is something called chunking. So when you pick up a few words at a time instead of one by one, it sounds more natural. I'm going to read the text to you and you will practice this. I want you to practice chunking every day. Get a text, a short text, and you're going to read it out. Initially, you will go slowly until you feel confident that you're pronouncing right. And then you're going to go a little bit quicker by chunking. You're going to take 2 words at a time, okay? So it sounds like it's flowing more. So, guys, remember before you start, confidence, put yourself into a position where you do feel quite relaxed, you can breathe properly before you start reading. Confidence. You can do this. You're amazing. I believe in you. You can do this. So you're going to get your text. The text I'm going to put there so you can practice with the same text also. Let's see. Instead of saying muchos jóvenes hoy en día pasan demasiado, we're going to chunk. So we're going to try and do several words at a time. Muchos jóvenes hoy en día pasan demasiado tiempo usando sus móviles, lo que puede afectar su concentración en clase. Por eso, algunos colegios han decidido limitar el uso de dispositivos durante el horario escolar. Aunque al principio los estudiantes protestaron, muchos jóvenes hoy en día pasan demasiado tiempo usando sus móviles, lo que puede afectar su concentración en clase. Por eso, algunos colegios han decidido limitar el uso de dispositivos durante el horario escolar. Aunque al principio los estudiantes protestaron, ahora reconocen que tiene menos distracciones y mejores resultados. En el futuro, esperan encontrar un equilibrio entre la tecnología y el aprendizaje tradicional. Okay? So we try to group words together so it sounds more natural. That's all it is. Practice slowly and then you speed it up a little bit. Okay? Slowly, so you can start off, if you're not confident, really slowly with one word. Muchos jóvenes hoy en día pasan demasiado tiempo usando sus móviles. Then, 2 words at a time. Muchos jóvenes hoy en día pasan demasiado tiempo usando sus móviles. A little bit faster. Okay? Muchos jóvenes hoy en día pasan demasiado tiempo usando sus móviles. So, slowly, you start picking up speed and say more than one word together. Okay? Guys, practice makes perfect. Read a short text every day, aloud, record yourself. Get used to the sound of your voice. Your voice is your voice. It's unique to you. Learn to love it. Because I know in the beginning, most of us do not like the sound of our own voice. It grows on you. It grows on you. So that is it, guys. Practice this part and you're going to ace it. I believe in you. And with that, I'm going to leave you until next time.